canopy in the world. Look at that. I'm under glorious grapevines. See? Providing beautiful natural air conditioning, which is the way that I grew up. Oh look, the goats don't know what to think of my dog. You guys are so cute! So guys, I want you to see this view because it's so amazing. Like look, nothing for miles, just beautiful farmland. That I'd give you a little tour of like down home because this is where I grew up. Ah, hey Bill! Oh my God, you know how much time I have spent baling hay in my life? You don't even want to know. Look! Ah! This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Thursday, June 9th. And today, passions are going to run really high. I'm not going to lie. Because we have the moon in Leo, and it's very dramatic, and it's combined with the twin energy, and the twin energy can be an overly dramatic energy. It can be either way over the top or way consuming, depending on whichever way you go. For many of you, your heart is going to be on your sleeve. It will be impossible for you to hide what you're feeling. If you've ever known Leos just pour their heart out. They pour their heart into everything. They're very passionate. So some of you could be having very passionate responses to things or from people that you could be very unexpected. What you desire may suddenly appear to be hopeful. There is a lot of positive energy in today, as the Sun in Gemini is going to have a beautiful conversation with the moon, and it's going to be in a sextile with Uranus, and Venus is going to be in the same sextile, and Venus and the Sun are conjunct right now. So overly optimistic. Suddenly aware of just a new approach. To me, this energy suggests that, you know, there's some really positive things coming in the future. You're going to feel just very, just very, very elevated, I think, for some of you. For some of you, this is all about having great conversations, stimulating ideas. Many of you are going to be looking into the future and making some very hopeful, idealistic plans, or at least having conversations about it to kind of get you like really excited. I think for many of you, you are creating a new sense of self and a new destined outcome. So you're you want to exchange. You want to tell everybody what you're feeling because there's a lot of good going on and there's a lot of hope associated with it. And so you want to exchange ideas, and I think what happens during this exchange of this communication that you're doing with others, I believe that it is bringing up some very important pros and cons, some very black and white aspects to some of your thoughts, but it's a great exchange. And there is some very unexpected pearls, some very exciting energy that could be found out from these interactive conversations. You are very passionate about what you want, and you may feel compelled to make some very drastic decisions. So for some of you, what's hard is if you feel like going for it in this energy, I don't think there is a hesitation. You just want it, you want it now, you want to go for it. There's not a lot of restraint. There's a need to break free, freedom, liberate yourself. Like there's enthusiasm to like, you know, just push yourself in like a forward energy. Like I'm just kind of buzzed when I talk about this energy and it's this positive. Like it's super hard not to just be, thank God we're getting some kind of energy like this. Now understand that we don't have the earth trine anymore grounding us. So we're shooting for the moon, baby. Like with some of us, our ideas, our thoughts, our creative aspirations, our romantic intentions, our relationships, you know, the magnetism that's going on in this energy. Some of us are shooting for the moon in this energy. I think it's very spontaneous energy. I think that some of you are going to be very confident about the future, and you are ready for the challenge in this energy. And as you're ready for this challenge, I think that some of you may feel like there is no limit to the possibility. Whenever I think of this energy and I'm looking at Uranus in this energy, one of the things that's super important is that, you know, if you come up with a really good idea and it's not even supported by logic, but it's just intuitively you feel guided to like, you know, pursue this idea that seemed to be like an epiphany. It's kind of like Back to the Future and the flux capacitor energy. Like he hits his head and he wakes up and he draws a picture of the flux capacitor and like he doesn't even know what it is. And then he you know, creates the DeLorean. And I know that some of you are younger. You don't even know what Back to the Future is. But for the older people, they're going to understand what I'm talking about. But I think you're ready to endure the challenge and go for the challenge in this energy. Negative energy, it's there. It's there, and it's, for some people, this is going to be the mutable cross energy, the pulling in different directions, and it's causing some severe fear to start to build up, and you're going to have some unexpected responses from people as these fears are kind of escalating, and I feel that there is some volatility and there's a lot of lack of control over being able to not externalize this type of energy. So passions will run high. A lot is at stake for some of you. I think that there is an emotional investment in some of the conversations that you are having. And this can, guys, when you have this amount of passion and you have this amount of fiery energy in your emotional awareness. If something comes up and it's negative, understand it's volatile, more than likely, or quite dramatic. The possibility to be quite dramatic is highly inevitable. I think that some people will feel will be having some conversations where they feel like there's a great deal of an emotional investment in, like, if I talk about politics, I have a great deal of emotional investment in it. Of course, I have a great deal of emotional investment in everything because I am a Leo on the cusp of Cancer, and I have a Gemini rising. So everything I ever put passion into, I have an emotional investment, I feel, in it. I think a great deal of information is going to come out of all of these difficult conversations. For some of you, this is a volatile time. For some of you, this is not getting along. For some of you, this is exchanging ideas and you're not getting it. Mutable Grand Cross. For some of you, there's just an utter confusion. Things aren't working out, you know, and you really are trying to add that structure, but the Grand Earth Trine is gone. And so now we're just stuck with this volatility, this strange energy. I think for some people, you may feel an emotional intensity brewing from deep within. This energy is bubbling. And I said it in yesterday's forecast. But to me, this feels like it's unearthing. It's bubbling, it's brewing. It's been compressed, suppressed in the harmonious Earth Trine. And it's really starting to come out through this mutable Grand Cross, which I'm happy to say slowly dissipates over the rest of this week. So I believe that because it starts to dissipate, you know, the angle of the Grand Cross goes out of that 9-degree orb, and that's when I consider it to be a pretty weak aspect. As long as it's in that 9-degree orb, I kind of validate it more, but as soon as it drops out of that, then it's just squares and opposition, and I don't think it has that mutable Grand Cross intensity. But stuff is brewing. It's been bubbling, and we've had some suppression because we were trying to stabilize everything. And for some of us, the clarity is we can't stabilize it. We can't stabilize these people. We can't stabilize these conversations. We can't be understood. There's no clarity. I need a break. I need to get out of here. Like, you know what, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. Relationships are going to go one of two drastic ways, I think, because some of this energy just feels like some of you either you just lost the emotional investment to pursue and to continue because of the volatility. I think some people may feel an emotional intensity. When they do, I think obsession, compulsions, extremes, distorted thinking, desperation all come to mind. The reason I say that is because Uranus in Aries is squaring off with Pluto, and it's quincunxing Mars and Scorpio. Scorpio energy, when it's in a quincunx with Uranus, that's an intense energy. That's a dark energy. That's brewing deep. This is a past issue. It's being brought up again or brought forth. It's extreme. It's very agitated, volatile, restless, combined with the Sun and Venus in Gemini, with dualistic energy. You could just be sitting on your day, just not even understanding that today is the day that your whole world is going to blow up in front of your face. Like, you can't predict this energy because of the festering that's been going on. Anytime you get Scorpio energy, stuff is in there. Stuff is in a Scorpio's head. We have no fracking clue even existed. Like, the depths of their energy is deeper than we can possibly conceive, because much of our energy is very superficial right now. We had no idea that that was brewing that to that depth. And that's what we're getting information about. That's what we're getting clarity about. That's what we're having exchanges about. That's what all these extremes are about, is unearthing all of this energy and getting us to face the Saturn and Neptune squaring off, getting us to face the reality of these situations. If we're going to make these decisions, if we're going to have these conversations, it really needs to be something that is very, very realistic. Past secrets will be uncovered regarding corruption and hidden agendas. Absolutely. I think we're going to see a lot of interesting stuff out of this week. I don't think that we even could have conceived before this week. Earth's energy feels unstable in this energy. I want to clarify that. It feels very unstable. I don't feel like the Earth is at peace, or parts of the Earth is at peace. I don't even want to tell you what I see, but it just feels like something somewhere is going to be quite shocking, it's going to shake up foundation. It's going to make things unstable. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Very interesting energy, can go one of two drastic ways. Again, we're still in that whole Gemini energy. And I think for the most part, this has the ability, if you're in the high vibration, to be in a very, very lovely, cool, exciting, unexpected, in a good way, like a surprise, like you come home and a house full of flowers, or you come home and you get a present, or you win a trip. Like, it's just weird, stimulating, energizing stuff can come out of this week for those caught in the really high vibration. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.